some brother gonna stand in front of you and say, you got the right to remain unsighted. You got the right to actually sit in this building and expect to be respected. They didn't expect to see you again unless you was on the most wanted. Unless you was in the post office. Unless you gave up your fingerprints unwillingly. Today we're going to talk about some stuff. I'm hoping that in this democracy, they think that everybody is valuable. That's right. That everybody deserves a chance to be heard. I need to know, is there anybody here from Riverside? From Los Angeles? From Richmond? From Oakland? From Stockton? From East Palo Alto? We need to grow our numbers, and we need to grow our numbers fast and steady.
In communities of color right now, since Jim Crow, has been the criminal and justice system. Right? And as a result of that, many of us have been locked out of employment opportunities, out of the democratic process, out of educational opportunities, and so on and so forth. And so, if we're going to build real democracy, part of reclaiming our voice and power is affirming that.
You know, I served my country at 18 years old, wounded twice in Vietnam. I never voted because I believed the lie that my vote, one vote, don't count.
I'm Gloria, representing the San Diego Organizing Project and Balzos from San Diego. Raise your hand back there. All right. 70,000 families in San Diego, and believing that if you tell me that if I committed a robbery and I served 5 years, that you should not hold against me once I get out of prison. That's right. What you do is allow me to be able to acclimate back into society and not hold it against me. Michelle Alexander's book is so true. The new Jim Crow, that's what they are doing, holding it against us. So what we have to do is fight the fight and let them know that we're not going away. We're going to be here until the law is changed. And that's what we're saying.
Some of you know I introduced and carried legislation last year, the so-called Ban the Box legislation. We succeeded in getting the bill out of the assembly, but ran into a roadblock in the state senate, where those in local government who objected were able to convince the chair of the committee the bill went to that the bill ought not to proceed, and so we didn't have success in getting the bill through the Senate and to the governor last year. But that doesn't mean we give up. You don't give up. I don't give up.
That's right. And the reason that Ban the Box has been adopted by so many people around the whole United States as a slogan and a summary for this kind of legislation and these kinds of policy changes is because it is that box, that question. Have you been convicted by a court? Have you been convicted of a felony, a misdemeanor? Were you ever arrested? That stops us from being able to really successfully rejoin our communities after we get out.
We help women transition from jails and prisons back into the community. And what I want you to know is that they wouldn't give me a job. When I wanted to go to school, they told me I couldn't get into a nursing school. They told me I would never be a nurse. And I told them I know what I can do. So I got a job, I made a job, and I hire formerly incarcerated people.
Hi, good morning. Thank everybody for being here. I'm a founding member of the Second Term Project, which is a group of all formerly incarcerated individuals in Richmond, California. We have already passed Ban the Box in our city.
Woohoo!
And most of you will know that I'm the first African American elected to the State House south of Los Angeles.
If we need to heal or calm down, the best thing will be to create a nature park or have us work outside to grow some food or even take vocational training so that we're ready to start our life over after release. I urge you, them, to pass Senate Bill 61 to severely reduce the use of solitary confinement in juvenile facilities. And also to pass Senate Bill 260 to give 6,500 people in California who are sentenced as youth to adult prison sentences longer than 10 years, and many youth have been sentenced to 80 to life or 150 years to life, or even 400 years to life at 14, 16, or 17.
That we're here today. This is the first, as far as I know, of what we're calling the Quest for Democracy legislative briefing of formerly incarcerated people. It's about organizing in our own voice. There were a whole slew of executive directors that were formerly incarcerated themselves downstairs with about over 200. I want to say the last count was about 220. Is that what I understood? Folks that converged here from throughout the state of California. From various parts of California here to organize our collective voice around issues that matter to us.
As formerly incarcerated people, we've been told that we have the right to remain silent. But when that suffering starts to impact us negatively, our personal and professional lives, we have an obligation to speak up. I'm calling on all formerly incarcerated people, their family members and supporters, to join us in this year's #2 Quest for Democracy. Last year, we hit 200 strong. Let's double that this year. We need to bring truth to light, regain our voice, regain our strength, and regain our place in the democratic process.
The formerly incarcerated people's Quest for Democracy 2013 inspired me to join legal services for prisoners with children because I saw firsthand the direct effect that grassroots lobbyists can have on criminal justice policy by speaking from personal experience. We passed AB 218, the Ban the Box Bill, SB 458, the Youth Gang Database Notification Bill, and SB 530, the Expungement Bill, all in 1 year.
Since there is no genuine interest in the well-being of formerly and currently imprisoned people in the state of California, our families, and our communities, we must do for ourselves. This requires employing different methods, strategies, and tactics. We must learn to not only come out of the closet, but be able to speak for ourselves and demand the rights to live with dignity for those inside as well as those coming home.
The longer that the people are separated, then the easier it is for us to be oppressed. But the more we unite, we can't be oppressed no more because we're the people and we're the power.